GiftMunk.
Thank you. What is going on, USC Startup Weekend? How are we? Awesome. All right. Well, we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to get started. My name is Jordan Flack, and I'm here with GiftMunk. And what GiftMunk is, in a nutshell, essentially the smart and social gift suggestion engine. And so basically, like a lot of the ideas here, we started with a problem. And my problem, as well as the problem with the rest of the group, was that we're really terrible at picking what to get people for gifts, whether it be birthday or anniversary or holiday or whatever. So what we wanted to do was essentially create a site that would allow suggestions as far as what I could get each individual person. So we first developed a survey because we wanted to see, yes, we have this problem within our group, but are we just all individually terrible, lazy friends, or is it like the community? And as you can see, we have 62% of people that shop for their gifts online always or most of the time, and 66 said that they were willing to get suggestions on Facebook. And essentially what we did was we developed a system that grabs your information and your interests and what you've been liking on Facebook and other social networking sites, and developed individual recommendations on those using that information. So we're going to go right into the demo. Here's John, who's going to explain it.
Sure. So how many of you guys have ever heard of what's it called, GiftMunk before? Okay, so GiftMunk is a really awesome service. It's kind of hard to see here because it's so zoomed out, but it's a really awesome service for finding flights. So basically, you just punch in what you want and it visualizes it very nicely, and it makes it really easy for you to decide stuff. So basically, what we wanted to do with GiftMunk is the same thing here. Just make it really easy for you to make decisions about giving gifts to friends and not really have to think about it much. So it's a really simple interface. This is the front page. We're just going to connect with Facebook. And what it's going to do is grab all our Facebook friends, look through their birthdays, and then give us recommendations based on their interests. So what it's going to do is just give us 5 recommendations here. This is just what we got done within the weekend. But we could do much more sophisticated stuff with grabbing Twitter data, leveraging that, and getting more sophisticated recommendations. For example, we have Asher on our team. It's his birthday next weekend. Here's some books that were recommended for him. Jimmy Smith by Robert Sayowitz. I have no idea what that is. But these are recommendations for friends. And so it's listed chronologically right now. It's intended to be very simple. Just make it very easy for you to make decisions. It's infinite scroll, so it's just going to keep going on forever and ever and ever until you run out of friends. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the demo. You want to talk about Marker?
So by now you're probably thinking, wow, what an amazing application we've already got going. Your face is melted by how beautiful that was, and I completely agree. So now the hard part is figuring out what the market is, figuring out what kind of money we can make, and at the same time, figuring out how we get that in the hands and minds of users. So here are some data points that we picked up from the internet, obviously, and basically what we calculated based on very conservative estimates is that we can make about $102,000 this year, and that's very conservative based on not only conservative numbers that were going on, but we want to corner something about 0.1% of the market, and that's this first year based on the system which is already integrated with an 8% affiliate commission via Amazon. So anything that someone buys within 24 hours or via 24 hours after clicking on something on our site or our suggestion engine, we get a commission on that through Amazon. Next. My background personally is social media, so I was in charge of marketing, seeing what people were saying on Twitter, and as you can see, this is a few people's tweets from the past week, and they are pretty specific, saying that they need this service. We did some targeted outreach on Twitter, and we already have 3,000 followers on Twitter based on those lists of users who are already requesting the service specifically in the upcoming days, and we hope to see revenue by tonight.
And so basically what you've seen here is essentially just like the basic, the fundamentals, the foundation of what we're trying to do, but we see like an endless possibility with the functionality functionality of this site. So we want to add searchability, so you can search for categories and different categories and prices and such, and to even things such as gift share, where you can collaboratively get together and buy your friend a gift with other people. So that's essentially our idea.
The rest of our team.
Get the whole team up here, yeah.
So first off, yeah. So it really was beautiful. First off, awesome design on the product side. Was that you?
Yeah.
That's right. And everyone. I'm struck because the problem you're solving is exactly the basis of a business I started 12 years ago. So we should talk afterwards. Raised a bunch of VC. It's a big problem. You're on to something. It's very hard to solve. So we should talk about it. But it's a great problem to solve. And if you can do what you described and come up with recommendations, some of the ones I would have some quality concerns based on what I saw. But if you can actually deliver on that promise, it's a huge win. The issue is going to be distribution. And by the way, 8% Amazon. I don't know what that is. But dream on.
It actually
do it outside of
yeah, it goes up being outside of California.
No, you got a year. You got a year to make it work. But distribution is the real question. So you got to get people to come to you before they go to Amazon. 3,000 at a time is really hard work. How do you scale that?
As far as distribution, I'm a little confused.
You got to get people who are trying to buy gifts,
right?
Whose behavior today is programmed to go to Macy's or .com or Amazon.com.
Oh, okay.
To come
Yeah.
to
Gift registries.
Well, basically, since the app is already social to begin with, the idea down the line is to integrate it with Facebook so that anyone buys something, it'll instantly post on their wall, just bought you that gift.
Yeah, but you're not going to say, I just bought my mom this book.
Oh, no, exactly.
But
But in terms of social media, the way it's used today, and Twitter as just a general feed of thought from millions and millions of people, as you saw, there are people who are asking for help among their own communities, but we can tap into that through automated searches and just have the general marketing stream going where every single time someone posts, we instantly follow them, tweet at them, and say, check this out. If we tweet at 10,000 people, the turnaround is just what really matters.
Twitter is very familiar with the business distribution strategy of pinging people with a particular keyword. I lost my cell phone. Oh, we sell cell phone cases. And finally, Twitter deals with this problem on a daily basis, and they kind of have that on lockdown. I used to try and build businesses based on those models, so I'm very familiar with the API limits on that kind of stuff. Although, if you are providing real value and you can demonstrate that to them, and you become friends and you have lunch with them on a regular basis, you might be able to get an exception. So,
Except they're trying to demonstrate a revenue model, so you will wind up paying.
Yeah. But I to kind of follow up on what Scott said, I'm very familiar with GiftMunk. I think GiftMunk's fine. I think your adaptation of the interface is so kind of unique and novel. I'm tempted to. I want to see this work, and I can imagine investors that would want to invest. Actually.
Well, I know several who have invested. Good
Did they make money on that
They
investment?
did fine.
So we were joking about the affiliate revenue, but that's kind of a serious question here. So maybe you can talk a little bit more about the revenue model.
Right now, the affiliate revenue is at 4% until we sell 7 items. It goes up to 6% at that point, and from what I could tell, it goes up to 12%. And that's on any purchase after this user clicks on the link. The cookie's stored for 24 hours. So any purchase that person makes through Amazon. So
a function of category.
It seemed, I wasn't able to fully figure out a true answer, but it seemed like the cookie stays with that user. Anything they buy on Amazon, if they followed our link initially to get there. So even if we don't convert them to that specific item, they've still gone through our site. We get the money on any purchase they make if they're planning on a purchase soon.
Are there any other channels other than lead gen?
Other than which?
Other than lead generation affiliate revenue, selling stuff for Amazon and getting that 4, 6, 8%?
I'll just chime in here, and there was one thing. There was one thing that I threw out there, which is when it comes into actually the collaborative gift buying, we could actually wedge ourselves in the middle of a purchase like that, where we're creating value by essentially bringing together, say, 3 or 4 people to collectively buy, say, a TV or say something that's a little bit higher of a price point. You could wedge a little bit of like some sort of service charge in the middle of that. So I think that was mentioned in the PowerPoint as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an emotional purchase, and it's fairly subtle. Really, we should talk because I faced exactly these issues, both sides of that. So I'd love to hear how your thoughts are.
Totally.
But it's a good problem. So.
Then to clarify, so when we do the judging thing, what we saw there was that an actual Facebook login and then
Yes.
So it's not public, it's running on local host right now, but give me a couple hours. I'll
it's running where?
It's not running live right now, but give me a couple hours.
Oh, it's running local host.
Yep.
All right.